Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly achieve their dreams while others keep spinning their wheels, stuck in the mud of procrastination and excuses? Here's a harsh truth most gurus won't tell you. Motivation alone won't get you far. It's unreliable, fleeting, like a sunny day in the middle of a storm. What you truly need is something more powerful, more enduring: self-discipline. Imagine this. What could your life look like if you genuinely commit for 1 year? No excuses, motivation, no shortcuts, just raw self-help to drive your personal growth. Now you might be thinking, a year sounds pretty overwhelming, right? But what if I told you that committing fully, with true mental toughness and consistency motivation, is actually easier than constantly restarting every Monday or New Year's Eve? Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, but here's the kicker. Real discipline over motivation transforms your struggles into habits, and habits become your superpower. This isn't just about achieving your 2025 goals. It's about creating a breakthrough mindset that'll make you unstoppable. So here's the challenge. Change your habits and embrace a 1-year challenge. Commit for 1 year to relentless personal development and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined possible. Whether your goal is financial freedom, peak physical health, or profound self-awareness, the secret lies in consistency. Stick around, because we're diving deep into how to build a success mindset, cultivate a powerful self-improvement journey, and truly change your life. Are you ready for the ultimate mindset shift? Good. Let's get started. The power of starting small but staying consistent. They say Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is mental toughness. When someone decides to commit for 1 year, they often imagine massive, sweeping changes. But the real secret to personal development? It's in the small, unsexy actions repeated daily. Waking up 30 minutes earlier, choosing water over soda, reading 10 pages of a good book like Atomic Habits or The Slight Edge. These micro-decisions seem tiny, but over time, they snowball into transformation. A major mindset shift happens when you stop aiming for instant gratification and start valuing consistency over intensity. 1 push-up a day won't give you six-pack abs, but it will rewire your brain to follow through. That's the difference between dabbling and developing a success mindset. You don't need a 2-hour gym routine, you need to show up. Every single day. Self-discipline grows when the focus is on repetition, not perfection. That's where the 1-year challenge becomes life-changing. Here's the trick most people overlook. You don't need to be perfect. You need to stay consistent. This is the foundation of any long-term goals. Skip 1 day? Fine. Don't skip 2. Miss a workout? Walk around the block instead. This is how you build a no-excuses motivation lifestyle. Bit by bit, you start to become the kind of person who keeps promises to themselves. And once that trust is rebuilt, something incredible starts to shift. Rewiring your identity through daily habits. Real personal growth starts when your actions begin to reflect who you want to become, not who you used to be. Most people try to change their life by setting goals, but goals don't work without systems. The moment you decide to commit for 1 year, you're not just changing your schedule, you're changing your identity. You stop saying, "I want to be disciplined," and start saying, "I am someone who practices self-discipline daily." That subtle shift is where the breakthrough mindset begins. Let's say you want to write a book, get in shape, or start a business. Don't wait for inspiration. Build a habit. Wake up at 6:30 and write 500 words. Meal prep every Sunday. Block out 2 hours a week to brainstorm ideas. These aren't just tasks, they're statements. You're training your brain to see yourself differently, not as someone trying, but as someone doing. That's how you create real, lasting change. Not through hype, but through habit. This isn't about hustle porn or burning out to prove a point. It's about designing a self-improvement journey so natural it feels like breathing. When you link your identity to actions, not outcomes, you become unstoppable. And when your habits start reflecting your values, discipline over motivation becomes effortless. You'll be amazed how fast your self-image evolves once your behavior aligns with your goals. And when that happens, you start noticing a shift in more than just your mindset. The emotional roller coaster and how to master it. Let's get real. Committing for 1 year isn't just a physical journey. It's an emotional battleground. There will be days when you feel on fire, and others when even brushing your teeth feels like a win. That's where the real test of mental toughness kicks in. The secret? You don't fight your emotions, you ride them. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You need a system that works even when your feelings don't show up. Think of it like a roller coaster. You know the drops are coming, but you stay on the ride anyway. That's consistency motivation. When you have a bad day, a rough week, or hit a plateau, it's tempting to throw in the towel. But if you build emotional awareness into your self-improvement journey, you'll see those dips as part of the process, not proof you're failing. Journaling, talking to a mentor, or even just taking a long walk can help you reset without quitting. Here's a practical example. Set an emergency routine for tough days. Can't do your full workout? Do 10 push-ups. Can't write for an hour? Write 1 paragraph. These micro wins remind you that progress isn't about intensity, it's about showing up. That's what fuels long-term goals and transforms how you handle setbacks. When you learn to stay committed even when you don't feel like it, something deeper starts to shift in how you view challenges altogether. Detaching from results and falling in love with the process. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you chase only the results, you'll burn out fast. Most people quit halfway through their 1-year challenge because they don't see instant rewards. But success mindset isn't about what you get, it's about who you become. Detaching from the outcome is a power move. It gives you the freedom to enjoy the grind, to get better every day without obsessing over the finish line. And that's where true self-discipline lives. Imagine someone going to the gym every day just to lose weight. If the scale doesn't move, they feel like a failure. But if they go to become stronger, more energized, more consistent, then even the days without progress feel meaningful. That's a game changer. Whether you're working on your finances, career, or relationships, the key is to fall in love with the habits, not just the highlights. That's how you stay consistent when motivation fades. Want a tip? Set process goals alongside outcome goals. Instead of saying, I want to make 10K a month, say, I will reach out to 3 new clients daily. Instead of, I want to run a marathon, say, I will run 3 miles every morning. That shift from outcome to input builds long-lasting self-help motivation. And when you focus on the inputs, the results, they tend to take care of themselves. Which brings us to something most people completely underestimate. Your environment will make or break you. Here's the silent saboteur of every self-improvement journey, your environment. You can have the best 2025 goals, the strongest discipline over motivation, and the clearest vision. But if your surroundings don't support your growth, you'll constantly be fighting uphill. Want to know why most people fail their 1-year challenge? It's not because they're weak. It's because they're surrounded by distractions, negativity, and people who secretly want them to stay the same. Picture someone trying to stay consistent with clean eating, but their fridge is full of junk food. Or someone trying to write a book, but their phone lights up with TikToks every 3 minutes. That's not a lack of willpower. It's bad design. The trick is to build an environment that makes success easier than failure. Want more personal growth? Declutter your space. Want better habits? Keep your running shoes by the door. Want mental toughness? Start spending time with people who talk about ideas, not gossip. The truth is, your environment isn't just physical, it's digital and social too. Who do you follow online? Who do you text most often? What content fills your mind every morning? These are powerful signals shaping your mindset shift every single day. If you want to become unstoppable, you have to be ruthless about what and who you allow into your space. Because once your environment aligns with your goals, you unlock a whole new level of momentum. So now you know the truth. If you actually commit for 1 year with full presence, real self-discipline, and a no-excuses motivation mindset, you can completely change your life. Not because it's easy, but because most people will never do it. Most people dabble. You're here because you're ready to go all in, to shift your mindset, to stay consistent, to take your self-improvement journey seriously, not just for a week, but for the long haul. Now let me ask you something. What would your life look like in 12 months if you stopped quitting on yourself? What if you built an environment that supports your growth, adopted habits that reflect your identity, and stayed in love with the process, not just the prize? The truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the courage to commit, not halfway, not when it's convenient, but fully. That's the breakthrough mindset, the one that makes you unstoppable. So, are you ready to take on the one-year challenge? To become the kind of person who follows through, grows relentlessly, and lives with purpose? If this message hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment. What's the one habit you're committing to for the next year? Let's build something powerful together. Your transformation starts now.